What's up, dudes? I'm the Dominicator, and in this video, I'm gonna hypnotize you to wear sleeveless t-shirts, cutoff shirts, and jerseys. It's gonna be awesome. I myself am a fan of sleeveless t-shirts, and in fact I wear them most of the time, and that's because they are very comfortable, and they let me show off my guns, and also because they give me a nice and masculine feeling. And the other thing about it is that wearing that can help you to remain accountable to yourself. And you can also get some nice and positive attention from the people around you. So it can be a really good and healthy thing to do. And so, if you want to get hypnotized to wear sleeveless t-shirts, then just keep listening to the sound of my voice. Now to begin, I just want you to take a nice and even and deep breath in. And as you breathe in, I just want you to notice all of the stresses and the tensions in your body. And as you breathe out, and I just want you to relax those stresses and tensions. And the more that you simply breathe deeply and breathe slowly inward, and the more that you'll notice those stresses and tensions. And the more that you breathe out slowly and evenly, and the more that you can relax those stresses and tensions. And as you simply adjust your breathing to breathe very slowly and deeply, you'll find that you just begin to relax automatically, that the body just relaxes all by itself. And the more that it relaxes, the better that you feel. And the better that you feel, the more and more that you can relax. It just feels so good, just relaxing, just taking nice and slow and even and deep breaths. And as you do relax, you might even feel a wonderful and pleasant feeling that begins to creep inside the body. It just feels so good. A nice and wonderful and even sleepy feeling that begins to come over you. And I just want you to fixate your attention on the little pocket watch that's in front of you. And just follow that pocket watch and the face of that pocket watch with your eyes. And the more that you follow it, the more that it just seems to rock you back and forth, as if it seems to be lulling the body back and forth with each and every single swing. You might even notice that you relax more and more with each and every swing back and forth. And it might even seem as if the watch has a kind of magnetism about it that just seems to pull on your mind. And it just seems to pull on your mind and draw the mind along with it. And you might feel a heavy feeling in the body as you watch the watch go back and forth, as it seems to be pulling on you and pulling on those eyelids. But I want you to keep those eyes open. Keep them open until I snap my fingers and I say the word sleep. And until then, you'll feel a wonderful magnetic force that seems to draw your eyes along with the watch. It just feels so good to feel that feeling. It feels so good. And all I want you to do is just to continue to look at that watch. Just continue to look at it as it seems to pull your mind along and just relax you. And the more that it swings back and forth, the better and better that you'll feel. You might feel a very pleasant and lulling feeling as you continue to watch it. It just feels so good that all I want you to do is just to continue to look at it. Just continue to look at it as the body just relaxes, and as the mind just relaxes, as both the body and the mind just seem to be rocked back and forth by the pocket watch. It just feels so good to look at it. That's all that you need to do. And as you look at that pocket watch, I just want you to listen to the sound of my voice. Just listen to the sound of my voice and notice what a nice and relaxing sound that it is. It just seems to relax you all by itself. It's as if my words are pure relaxation that just go in through the airwaves and right into your ears, right into your mind, sink down all the way into the unconscious mind and become a part of you. It just feels so good to listen to that sound. And that's all that I want you to do is to listen to that sound. As you look at the pocket watch, and as it goes back and forth, it might even seem as if the sound of my voice also tends to lull you back and forth. It just feels so good to listen to it. You might even feel a nice and heavy and sleepy feeling that comes over the body, a nice and heavy and sleepy feeling that comes over the mind as well. Just as if all the thoughts in your head could just melt down and drip down and drop down like chocolate. Just because it feels so good to listen to that sound. It feels so good that you might even forget that you're listening to it at all. It might even seem to just fade into the background and just become a natural part of the background noise, and that's just fine. And that's just fine because a part of your mind will always be able to listen to the sound of my voice. Will always be able to listen to the sound of my voice as my words just float in and go in through your ears, right into your mind, and sink down into the unconscious mind and become a part of you. And as that happens, it just feels so good. It feels so good. You can feel a wonderful and warm and masculine feeling from the sound of my voice. That just makes you want to sink down and drop down into a complete and total state of relaxation. Just go all the way down and sink all the way down into that state. It just feels so good. It feels so good that you might even feel a sleepy feeling that creeps up inside of you. It creeps up inside of you, and at the same time, a very nice and pleasant feeling, a very pleasantly relaxed feeling all over the body and all inside of the mind. That just feels so good. Feels so good to listen to the sound of my voice. That's all I want you to do. And by now, just from watching that pocket watch go back and forth, and just from listening to the sound of my voice, you might even feel as if there's a mind-melting feeling inside you, as if all the thoughts, all the cares, all the worries in the back of your mind just melt away. They just begin to melt away with the sound of my voice. And that's just as if my voice is like a wave that just melts away all of those thoughts as they just drop down and drip down. It just feels so good. It just feels like there's a massage inside of your mind, the vibrations inside of your mind. And you don't even have to think about any of that at all. All you have to do is just to relax even further. All you have to do is just to sink down into that feeling even more. And it just feels so good. That's all that you have to do. All you have to do is just to experience that wonderful and completely and totally mind-melting sensation inside you. And just sink even further into that feeling. And pretty soon, I'm gonna snap my fingers and I'll say the word sleep. And when I do, it's gonna seem as if an electric switch is flipped off inside your mind, inside your brain. A switch that keeps you awake. And I'm going to flip that off whenever I snap my fingers. When I do, those eyes are just gonna snap shut all by themselves. But until then, I want you to keep them open. Keep them open and feel how much heavier they're becoming with each and every swing of the pocket watch and with each and every single word that I say. They're just becoming heavier and heavier, and they're just going to shut down all by themselves. The mind is just becoming heavier and heavier. It just wants to shut down all by itself and just soak in and seep in all of my words and just take in each and every single one of my suggestions. And you know that when that happens, that is just going to feel so good, and each and every single word that I say is just going to tinkle and tickle inside of your mind. And you just want to allow those words to seep inside you, to sink inside you all the way down. And this is going to feel so good. That's all that you want to do. But now you can feel the eyelids that are becoming so very heavy. So very heavy, and you can try to keep them open, but the harder that you try, the more and more that the sound of my voice just seems to pull them down. In fact, the harder that you try, the more and more energy that you use to keep them open. And so the further and further down they're just going to drop. And all you want to do now is just to allow them to close. All you want to do is just to allow the mind just to shut down, just to go down to that wonderful, completely and totally relaxed state. And sleep. Just sleep, just sink down, just drop down, just relax the body completely and totally, falling down, dropping down, sinking down, relaxing completely. More and more so with each and every word that I say as the body just becomes heavier and heavier and heavier and just drops down, just falls down. And comes down all by itself. It just feels so good just to relax. It just feels so good just allowing my words to flow into your mind, right into your mind. And the more and more that you listen to the sound of my voice while you're in this state, the more and more that it seems as if you're in a dream, as if my words are just like magnets that pull and tug on your mind. And you can feel my words just sinking into you and becoming a part of you. And that just feels so good just to feel that, to feel the tickling and tingling sensations of the sound of my voice inside your mind. And as you listen to the sound of my voice, and you don't even have to think about it at all, because it just feels so good, all I want you to do is just listen to that sound, and just allow whatever is happening inside of your mind to happen, and just allow the influence and the magnetism from the sound of my voice just to sink inside of you, and to take hold. Now I want you to imagine that you're wearing a shirt with sleeves on it, which you might be already. And as you imagine that, you can feel the sleeves. You can feel the sleeves on your arms. And the more that you imagine it, the more that you picture it with your mind, the more that you can feel those sleeves just tightening around you. And as they tighten around you, they begin to tighten uncomfortably. So much that they begin to constrict your arms. And the more that they tighten around you, the less and less comfortable they feel. And the more and more that you simply wish that you could just remove those sleeves. And they also feel so hot and so confining. In fact, the more and more that you feel them, more and more that you can feel that hot and confining feeling on your arms. And in fact, whenever you do wear a sleeved t-shirt, you're going to feel that feeling. It's a feeling that you seem to always be aware of. And no matter how much that you move your mind towards something else, that your mind just seems to be drawn back to that feeling, the feeling of those sleeves, and the feeling of the sleeves on your arms that seem to constrict and confine you. But now, imagine taking that shirt off and putting on a sleeveless t-shirt instead, and something that's cut kind of low, so that it allows your arms to move around, and you feel the freedom of being able to move those arms around with no sleeves at all. And that just feels so good to feel that freedom. It just feels so good to feel that and feel the coolness of the air all around you. You might even imagine that the sun is coming down on you, and that you can feel the sun with your bare skin. It just feels so good. It feels so good to bear those arms out. You might even imagine that you're outside, maybe just walking around, or just going about your day, maybe going to the store. And as you do imagine that, and as you imagine wearing that sleeveless t-shirt, and walking around and seeing people look back at you. They look back at you, and they look at those arms of yours. And it just feels so good, getting all of that attention. It just feels so good, knowing that people are admiring those arms. And the more and more that you get that attention from the people around you, the more and more that you just want to get built, and you just want to keep what you got, and that you want to build those arms up into something really, really big, really impressive. It just feels so good, getting that attention. It feels so good, having that accountability. It feels so good that all you want to do is to wear those sleeveless t-shirts, or maybe it's jerseys, maybe low-cut shirts, cut-off shirts, whatever it is that you choose to wear. It just feels so good wearing it. That you want to wear shirts with sleeves and all. And that feeling that you have, that is going to be carried back up with you whenever you come up to the waking world. And it's going to come back up with you, and it's going to stay with you. You might not remember having these dreams about wearing such tight and confining sleeved shirts, or of changing your clothes. You might not remember all of that, or any of that, but these desires and all of these things that you feel, they're going to be carried back up with you, back up into the waking world, and they're going to become a part of you. They'll become a part of you, as my words have sunk down into your mind, into your brain, down into the unconscious mind, where they've taken roots, and they become a part of you. And that just feels so good to feel that, and to feel that change coming on, and that change happening inside of you. Now in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5, and I'm going to snap my fingers. When I do, those eyes are going to open all by themselves, and be completely and totally rejuvenated and wide awake. And I only want you to open your eyes once I click my fingers together and I say wake up. Because as I count you up, you're going to feel wonderful waves of energy returning into your body. But once you do wake up, then I want you to leave a comment. I want you to leave a comment for me. A comment if you enjoy this sleeveless lifestyle. A comment that says, sun's out, guns out. It's a comment that says, sun's out, guns out. And that's exactly the way that you want to be. Now, whenever the weather gets warm and the sun's out, whenever that weather gets warm enough to where you feel comfortable wearing those sleeveless t-shirts, then that's exactly what you want to do. You want to let those arms out, let those arms completely and totally bare. And it's just going to feel so good and so comfortable. And whenever you do leave that comment that says, sun's out, guns out, then you're going to feel that philosophy. And it's going to become a part of you. A completely and totally laid back philosophy of life. And a completely and totally laid back lifestyle where you just wear sleeveless t-shirts because it just feels so good and you feel so comfortable. It feels so wonderful and so masculine to wear them. And that's all that you want to do. And you can show other dudes that you appreciate that in that lifestyle. It's just going to feel so good that once you do leave that comment, then you'll feel so good about wearing those sleeveless tees. And that's all that you'll want to wear. Now soon I'm going to count from 1 to 5. And when I count from 1 to 5, as I count from 1 to 5, you're going to feel a feeling of energy that just seems to surge inside of you. Waves and waves of energy, and then rise up inside of you with each and every number that I count off. And once I reach 5 and I snap my fingers, then your eyes are going to open. You'll be completely and totally wide awake, and you're going to leave that comment for me. And if you like this sleeveless tee lifestyle, then I want you to like this video. Because you like to wear sleeveless tees, and you like to see other dudes who wear them too. And if you haven't already, then sub to my channel. And now, beginning it with 1, as you begin to rise up, as you begin to float up, back up into the waking world. And 2, coming up even further and even faster, it just feels so good. Just waking up, just like that nice Monday morning feeling of being completely and totally rested. And 3, coming up even further, just feeling so good. And 4, almost there, almost completely wide awake. And now, 5, wake up. Alright dudes, like, subscribe, and check out Dominicator.com to visit my t-shirt store to commission a video, or to schedule an appointment with me to get hypnotized. Catch you later dudes.